Do we have detailed information about how the Plejarens conduct their day-to-day life? And should we emulate what they're doing? Would it be applicable to the planet Earth? Do we know enough about how they carry on?
We know a little bit about it. First thing is that they don't have an overpopulation, so they have enough space on their planet. There's great spaces of land where no human beings may be, and they have a family has not more than 3 children, and they have a government, a really democratic government that manages what the people, the whole of the people has decided, and if they have something to decide upon, it's about half an hour before there is a vote. There is an alarm going on. Go to the screens. There will be something to be explained to you, and then everybody at his computer or so will think about it. Has about 30 minutes time to think about it, and then votes. That's their system, and they have a work duty of about 2 or 3 hours for everyone to do something for civilization, for the whole society. And they don't have money. They can have everything they want, but they could have anything they want. They don't want as much as we want, so they lead a simple life without pollution, without war. Since 50,000 years they don't have war anymore. They don't have streets, they don't have cars, they fly around, and many have gardens, have a house, and there are some who live in cities, and they are also growing vegetables, really big apples, so hundreds of meters high, and plants with androids helping and human beings supervising, and so it's technical but also very very agreeable.
Do you still have that apple in your center that was in a
jar? Guy de Moosbrucker had this in his possession. I think his wife has this apple in the glass. That's a normal. Not these the big fruit and big vegetable are for processing, to export, or for the people to eat. There are people living in the cities and they also have to eat, and so they are producing this fruit naturally. But they also multi-duplicate food. For instance, meat, as I told before, they are creating it artificially. So, and they can duplicate nearly everything. They can duplicate a beam ship. They can duplicate a computer, or all kinds of things.
How many planets are they in communication with?
I don't know the number. There is a federation of like-minded peoples and planets, and so it's rather huge. Many light years spread over the universe. But I cannot tell you the number of planets.
The Plejarens spend 70 years in school. What kind of subjects do they study for 70 years?
They are learning for 70 years different professions, all kinds of knowledge, but I don't know exactly what. Behaving, thinking, meditation, or different other professions, all kinds of things. Doing research, I don't know. There are different people there as here. not everyone is a scientist on this planet. There are also more simple living people and more highly educated people, but that's the rule that they will not marry before 70 years. Perhaps they go to other worlds to study language studies is an easy thing for them. For 3 weeks they can learn a language, so it will not be a learning excursion. But I don't know exactly what they are learning for these 70 years.
Okay. What makes Earth interesting to the Plejarens, and what makes Earth human beings interesting?
There's a connection from old times. This has to do with Billy Meyer, because he had in former existences as other persons, he was a part of the people for the Plejarens. On other worlds, he had the same task of bringing and teaching teaching of spiritual teaching, and for instance, Ptah and Quetzal, and these are also lived before, contributing to the same mission of spreading the spiritual teaching throughout the universe on different planets. And now they have their self-induced, self-created duty to unterstützen, support Billy in his mission with some knowledge from their side. That's a very old reason. If Billy would not be here as his incarnation, they would not be here. Mm-hmm. And also there are other people also involved, not only Billy. This leads back to 389,000 years, when the first extraterrestrials came on Earth, and then 13,500 years ago, when other groups were here and interfered with the evolution of terrestrial human beings. It's a quite different, layered history, everything, but it has to do with extraterrestrial origin.
When Billy is no longer here, will the Plejarens have any interest in Earth?
They will not be here anymore. They are not, anyway, they are not here. I have no stations anymore here. They now come from their world here. But then I think they will monitor happenings, but there will be no one here being in contact with them. They will not contact anybody for the rest of the time.
Potentially not again. Should Billy and his spirit not return?
Yeah, his spirit will return 3,990 in the year 3,999. His spirit form will be in a body, in a human being then, and this human being will fly away with a beam ship and die in another world.
So just to presume that we on Earth will maintain that course that is going to take us to 3,000.
Yeah, sooner or later it's human progress. They want to make research, to go to learn other continents, and if you know all the continents, you have the urge to go to the moon and to Mars and then leave the solar system and explore the universe. That's a deep-rooted urge within human beings for progress and to learn and to go outside. But now, as Billy now gives us the teaching, provides us, and the contact notes are full of very useful information given by the Plejarens for the human beings' benefit. And then, if Billy has died, there are so many books available. You cannot study them all in one lifetime profoundly. You can read, but to live what you read, it's another amount of time that you use, because you can only learn one thing at a time. You cannot learn the whole book in a day. And that will be the task. And that's also then FIGU's task to make available these books in unaltered form. So to preserve, so there will not be, the teaching will not be falsified as it has been in Mohammed's time and in Emmanuel's time, and so, yeah. I guess that progress will go on. Perhaps, now it's running. The brains of the scientists are running. It will go on, perhaps not for everyone on the planet due to overpopulation. Perhaps some people are lying behind. But anyway, this process, what has not been known to just recently, this process, this fast development of technology, and so this can be traced back to the help of the Plejarens, because they started in 1844 to bring impulses to certain people on the planet to make a faster progress, to scientists, to give realizations. But all these people did not be aware that they received these impulses. And the meaning behind everything was, has been disclosed just recently, was that the internet will exist, communication technology will exist in these days, 70s, 80s now. So the prophet can be sure that his message will be spread over the world in original form. That has to be the reason, because if they would not have interfered with these impulses, unconscious to the scientists and the artists and so, we would still be far behind with our, perhaps we would go to the moon in 200 years from now, or in 300 years. And so that was the reason to speed up technological progress just for this mission.